So today we're going to talk about angle pair relationships. We got some different angle pair relationships. Down at the bottom here you'll see different things going on. Complementary angles. Two angles that add up to 90 degrees. These two are also complementary angles. They sum to 90 degrees. So complementary angles sum to 90 degrees. As opposed to supplementary angles, which sum to 180 degrees. And you'll see these two here sum to 180. These two also sum to 180. They also are supplementary also. The difference being is they're not connected. They don't share a side. They are non-adjacent as opposed to these adjacent, which just simply means next to. These complementary angles over here are also adjacent as opposed to the non-adjacent. Adjacent angles will always share a side. So that's adjacent and non-adjacent. Linear pair, very similar to supplementary. Two angles that form a straight line. They're also supplementary and will add to 180. Vertical angles. Ooh, we don't have a drawing of that here. Let's see if we can get a drawing of that. Vertical angles are formed by two lines, and they're angles that are simply opposite to each other. They will also be congruent. Here's another pair of vertical angles, opposite to each other, and are congruent, meaning they're the same size. Next thing we have, let's use those angle relationships, and we can go. In this, they're asking us to find a pair of complementary angles. Complementary angles, once again, are angles that sum to 90 degrees. Oh, this angle, a G angle, GHI, and angle, which other one? Oh, JLK. Those are complementary angles. Why? Because they sum to 90 degrees. Next question is asking us for supplementary angles. Supplementary angles sum to 180 degrees. So which two angles are going to sum to 180? Oh, that's 105 plus 75. So we can say angle GHI and angle MLK are supplementary. Adjacent angles, pair of adjacent angles. Angles next to each other. So adjacent, next to each other. So we have angle MLK and angle MLK, and this one's next to it, shares a side, KLJ. Moving on to the next thing, here we go. Given that angle 1 is a complement of angle 2, so if it's a complement, it sums to 90 degrees. So angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees. And if they tell us the measure of angle 1 is 17, we can quickly do a little algebra here and find that the measure of angle 2 is equal to 63 degrees, 70, 80, it'd be 73 degrees, wouldn't it? Piece of cake. Let's go to look at part B here. Given that angle 3 is a supplement of angle 4, supplement, we know they sum to 180 degrees. So we'll have 180 degrees is equal to angle, the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4. The measure of angle 3 is given at 119 degrees plus the measure of angle 4. So what do we do next? We subtract 119 and we get the measure of angle 4 is equal to, what is that, 61 degrees. And we'll go ahead and look at one more problem here. Two roads intersect are supplementary angles. That means these two roads intersecting form a linear pair and sum to 180. So we can say 180 is equal to the first angle, which is 2x plus 14, plus the second angle, which is 4x minus 20. And you can go ahead and solve that now and put that into question number 1.